Well, hello everybody. Tariffs, and welcome to 42-minute tariffs. I'm having a nervous breakdown. Tariffs. Tariffs. I think I need to stay away from the news for a day.
Sorry about that. Was that a good intro? I missed it.
I don't know. Tariffs. I seem to have a weird nervous twitch going on.
Yeah, I think tariffs is going to be the word of the year. It's like, I wonder what the Google analytics are for like the searches for tariffs. It's supposed to be like peeking through the
minuscule Lord.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the watching the opposite of Tesla stocks.
Yeah. Those two graphs are pretty much neck and neck, I think, right? You know? Notice how it makes an X? Isn't that kind of funny?
A swastika.
Oh man,
I did see a funny meme where someone had taken the still image of Trump, Musk doing the Nazi salute, and they basically rotated it, turned it upside down. So you go, this is the direction of Tesla stock.
That's funny.
Yeah, apparently it's bombing even more today.
Oh yeah, we could, every time we go live, we could say, "Welcome to the show," as we watch the Tesla stock tumble even more and sales plummet everywhere. Except for.
The funny thing is, there's so many kind of like, I say memes, but they're not really memes. They're just like kind of like those images, statements that people put out on social media. But some of them are like days old, or like 3 or like 3 or 4 days old. It's like even if someone like reposts one from like 4 days ago and they put it out today and go, "Oh, it's only 2 hours old." No, it's a meme that's really, really. No, the news is already old. No. What they should be doing in social media is if something was a meme 24 hours ago, it should be deleted from history. or have a look at a note on it because this is no longer true.
Yeah, you have an app that's installed on your computer that deletes it from your shit as well, right?
Yeah. People need to actually burn in a timestamp of their memes, so it's actually burnt in time, date.
Yeah, they should have a countdown, self-destruction, right? This meme will self-destruct in 24 hours. Well,
or just have some AI just go and find out the latest information. And just have a ticking clock going.
Dude, speaking of AI, let me tell a quick little story here. Some of you may know TheShills, as a little group, we have our own private server running, and it's a Docker server, Unraid, if you know anything about that. And I have been looking into some AI stuff and, getting the hang of installing it, making it run and everything. And I was looking for a lesson on how to set up some more advanced features as it pertains to Cloudflare and getting things safely online. To a URL. And I found a thing on YouTube where it easily explains in very simple terms how to install your own web crawler so you too can thief other people's information to self-train your own AI to how you want it to act. No shit, man. This is, you get this whole thing where people are freaking out because their copyrighted works are being crawled and used to train AI. I could install tools that do that right now on my little server.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get all the other information that other AI can't.
Well, I've already done it to everything you've ever put out, Dunk, including the movies you've worked on and stuff. So pretty soon I just won't need you.
Okay.
But
hang on. I'll go. Yeah, where am I? Go on. I'll just get my coat, shall I? I'll just go. There. You sure? I mean, I could just go if you want. I mean, but I'm just making sure you okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That was funny.
you can get an AI to do. You can get an IA, an IA. You can't get an IA to be as funny as that, man.
Probably not. Well, not without a little training and
A bit of spanking.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's that easy. And I mean, the whole lawsuit with Meta, Facebook, and everything, and training their AI. It's been proven that they torrented a whole whack of pirated books. And their defense is, well, sure, we pirated them, but we didn't seed them. We didn't upload to others. So it's okay. They stole it.
Who you talking about?
Meta, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, no, sorry, because I thought you was like talking about the way back thing, the archive that they're talking about.
No. What they did was there's a massive torrent that's gigabytes and gigabytes out there, and it's just a boatload of pirated books all in one massive collection. And it's been proven that Meta downloaded that freaking torrent to crawl its AI through every single one of those copyrighted books, those privately owned books. And their defense is, well, we didn't seed them. At least nobody else got to pirate them through us, as if that somehow makes it better.
Yeah.
Right? And I always say I'm quite the pirate. Yeah, well, I mean, if Will Smith's going to get paid $20 million to be in a movie, I'm not paying for it. There's no way. He's not worth it. And no way.
What? You'll never watch a Will Smith movie anyway, so
that's true. But that's true. But you know what I mean? Like, it's all so bloated and ridiculous now. It's not funny. And if there's an independent movie out, I'll give them the money. And, if I'm going to download a book to read or something, digital copies, only a few bucks, I'll buy it. No problem. I pirate when it's ridiculous, right? I'll buy music, but I'm not going to buy music that I bought on vinyl as a kid and then on cassette and then on CD. Like, I've paid you enough to have the rights to listen to that. But anything that comes out new and stuff, I'll pay for it for sure. Right?
Well, I mean, if you... I think there is this kind of loophole that if you have a physical copy, you are actually free to download a digital copy.
Well, yeah. The way they look at it in Canada, this is why we don't get in shit for downloading here. I could download a movie, but I may have a Blu-ray of it. I'm just downloading a copy so I can play it on my phone or something. And in Canada, that's considered fine. Nobody cares. That's why we don't even get letters in the mail, man. You can just do whatever you want.
Well, you get all your music from the thrift store, and then none of that money goes back to the original artist.
Yeah, but they got paid originally for it. That's the thing, right? I don't like this idea that you put something out and the company gets to milk you forever for it. You put out your release, you made your money over time. Maybe every so often your song gets used in a movie or something, and people rebuy it again. You get some more money, but the idea that I should have to repay because it's on a different service, or maybe this time we encoded it with a higher bit rate, and man, I own the rights to listen to this. Just shut up, right?
Yeah. Except if you're walking past someone's window and they've got a radio playing, and they're playing music that you haven't got a copy of.
Yeah,
it's like, oh no, you got to pay a fee now.
Yeah,
you were listening to their music.
It actually happens with YouTubers. If you're out at a car show and somebody's playing music, they're like, oh, shit, I can't use this footage, right? It's a joke. That shouldn't be a copyright strike. That's just life.
Especially if you that's the thing. If you're playing music on a radio and you're listening to it personally, and then someone else comes into the room, does that change the licensing in any kind of shape or form?
Right.
Does the PRS now pay out extra fees because there are now two people listening to it? And the fact that you might be recording something and that music's on the radio, it's already been paid for, and yours just so happen to be picking it up on your microphone. Why are you being clobbered?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
It makes no sense.
The other thing is like on YouTube when some small YouTuber wants to do what makes this song great, and they analyze a song. Okay, we're at our limit here.
Oh, we didn't explain. We didn't do the thing, did we?
We're live on both channels, but if you're watching on the main Shills channel where you see Ukraine update and stuff at the Shills, your show is about to end. So come and join us over on the new live channel.
Yeah, there's only 12 people on that, concurrent viewers on that.
Good
so
on ya.
They're learning.
Yeah.
And we don't have to do this anymore.
Thanks to Chris Lundy, we were smart enough to realize that the bot was still shouting it out for the old channel and in Discord, and that was stupid, right?
Yeah.
So,
there you go. I'm going to end the stream
All
in
right.
5, 4. No, I've done it.
Okay, I'll stop it here too. All right. And that should be about long enough. There we go. Okay. So, what the hell was I talking about? I lost myself.
Yeah, talking about music. YouTubers. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. The people who do the reaction.
Yeah, no, not reaction, but when somebody actually dives into it and knows something about music, they don't just sit there bopping their head for 30 seconds and going, wow, that's the best guitar playing I've ever heard in my life. And they're talking about Neil Young or something. Like, it's ridiculous, right? I can't stand those people. But somebody who does like a real dive into what makes this song great, they'll get copyright struck all the time until they're big enough. And then what'll happen is they won't do a copyright strike. They'll do a shared copyright claim. So they get half the revenue of your video. I mean, seriously, people don't even get to listen to the song properly. It's all cut to shit and whatnot. You shouldn't get anything. You know, or like when a YouTuber is at a car show and they're showing, everybody and talking to people and stuff, and music is playing in the background. There should be no copyright strike on that. The music is not what's bringing people to watch the video. It just happens to be there.
Yeah.
Right?
I think I got a strike once. Just be very, very quiet in the background.
Yeah.
Just for a very short bit, and got struck for that. I mean, YouTube should be able to tell the difference. What was it they call it? Is it igenic or degenerative music? And what's the word? I don't know. But when the music's on in the background, you should be able to tell the difference where it's on the background or you're playing it to play the music. It's just fucking obvious.
Yeah, I know. That drives me crazy. That ain't right. That's abuse of the system. And these companies are abusing. Yeah. But they're abusing YouTube's handoff approach to this, because YouTube's whole approach to copyright is if you want to file, you file. And if they want to counterfile. All we do is pass messages back and forth and let the courts sort it out. And that gives too much power to the copyright holder. It isn't quite right. But I understand that YouTube doesn't want to be a legal service. They just want to be a video service. I get that, right?
Yeah, there should be a federal government agency that oversees. Oh shit! No, that's just been we just opened a new federal office and it's been closed.
Yeah.
Big Balls has been in and it teabagged us.
Yeah. The dumb old men gouging everything showed up, and Big Balls took a hammer to it.
Took everybody out in a doggy bag.
We need to do a parody song about Big Balls. Yeah. I'm nerdy and I know it.
Things are going great and they're only getting better. My future's so bright.
Yeah.
Getting good grades.
Yeah. I love that tune, actually. Yeah.
Gotta wear shades.
Timbuktu, I think they were called.
I can't remember.
Yeah. Doing all right. Getting good grades. My future's so bright. Pause for effect. I gotta wear shades.
Don't hear that song enough anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
Another one that I like that's very similar to that is and I'll have to remember their name, The Pursuit of Happiness. I'm an adult now.
Oh, I'd have to hear it.
It's really good. One of the lines is, I can't write songs about girls anymore. I have to write songs about women. No more boy meets girl, boy loses girl. More like man tries to figure out what the hell went wrong.
Yeah, I think you sent me that song. You shared it with me.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, it was awesome. And it's got this really cool, like just opening riff. If you're not a musician, it's just a it's really cool. Some of us would call it pedal toning, if you know the phrase. Yeah, very cool tune though. Oh yeah, shout out to UTV and Ham there from the last show. You can see it right below me. From UTV for whatever's needed to keep the lights on. Slava Ukraine. There was a little donation in there through Ko-fi. Thank you very much. And he also sent in a direct message with it that was, I've done a good deed of the day. So there, thanks UTV and Ham. I had to shout it out real quick when we were recording the other show, but I wasn't even sure if I should shout it out in the middle of a recording. I was like, that doesn't really fit in a recording, but I was like, oh, fuck. It stresses the fact that you could watch this being recorded live in front of a studio audience, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I did it. Wow. So what do you think the next stupid thing Trump's going to do, everybody watching? Jump in the live chat and give us a little magic 8-ball moment from yourself, shall we? What do you think is going to be the next thing?
I'm scared. Is there anything left from the list of stupid things he could possibly do? He could bomb Russia, just send nukes over.
He could sell blow up sex dolls of Melania.
No, that's too good.
Yeah.
that might actually make money.
Does it? And JD Vance will be like, but does it come in cuddly corduroy?
Yeah. What about blow up couches, sex couches?
Well, that's probably what he used to tempt him into the job, right? I can't believe it. The Vance, man. He used to call him a Nazi. And now he's like, oh, but I'll make you vice president. Fine, I will kiss your ass until the end of time, sir.
Yeah, but wait, that goes for all of them. Like Trump was wrecking Tesla. They're all shit. And he wants to get rid of it. He still talks about it now. He wants drill baby drill. He wants the oil companies to do well, so he wants to get rid of electric cars.
Yeah, I know.
And yet, he gets the Teslas in front of the White House. Yeah. Oh, these are so beautiful cars. Gets in the car. Elon has to explain to him.
Computer.
Yeah. What are these for? What are these for? Yeah, they're the pedals that make it go and stop, Mr. President.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the one you use when you see a red light, sir.
That guy has not been in a car not in the front of a car.
Yeah,
for years.
Yeah,
he was probably got a chauffeur-driven bloody golf cart.
Yeah. But it also shows that he pays no attention to anything outside his sphere of influence, because he was shocked to see that the dashboards are all computerized. I mean, if the car's over $30,000, show me one that isn't. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, let's not go down that road. We'll start getting old man.
Yeah. Well,
start talking about buttons. Yeah. We want buttons back.
Yeah, there's also a thing like he said, oh, well, I don't drive. Well, ever since he was president the first time, he's not allowed to drive. Right? He gets driven by protection and stuff now.
Mm-hmm. I saw an interesting. There was some tech show thing last week or this week, I saw an interesting thing with Steve Wozniak on there.
Yeah.
And he was ripping into the Tesla.
Oh yeah.
He was because he was talking about the interface on the Tesla because apparently he had one for a while.
Yeah.
And he was about
Not a fan.
Not a fan at all.
Yeah.
And he did compare to Apple, which was a fair comparison. Because he was just saying that you're tapping away to change the radio, and then the clock the time is in one place, then you click to something else, and then it's somewhere else. Nothing. There's no kind of like sense of
exactly
of flow of information. It's just
no
random.
consistency, nothing. Yeah. It's true too. It's crazy, but more than that, it's dangerous. Yeah. Anybody who's ever owned their car for long enough knows that you can just reach down when you're in traffic and adjust the heater without even really looking. Having it all on a touchscreen, or those stupid new piano flat controls that just know you touched it, they are a joke because you have to look. It's stupid. It's stupid. We have all of these safety boards and stuff about cars and driving, and we smash them into everything we can find to make sure they're safe. And then we let them use interfaces that make no sense to anyone. We let them obscure the tail lights in weird ways. Like, why aren't amber the color of turn signals and red braking lights like it used to be? Why is it all confusing and weird now?
Like in the UK.
Yeah, I don't understand why. Like, for the sake of design, you're allowed to make your taillights crazy, but you're not allowed to, for the sake of design, make the front end of the car look cool. It has to be bulbous and stupid now, just in case you hit some idiot who walked out in front of you in traffic. I don't understand. None of it makes any sense.
No, they should put the sharp sticks on the front like they used to with Roman chariots.
Yeah. There you go. Right?
Yeah. That'll make you think you're crossing the road.
Yeah, I want missile launchers out the back of my car. So that asshole that speeds up to pass me and then slows back down, I could just shoot him. Right? Stop doing that. It doesn't matter if you're in front of me. It just doesn't. Hate those people.
I used to have my a big estate car, and I used to get annoyed with people coming up the back of me, and I used to these like the water washer for the rear window. I used to, because you can angle them.
Yeah.
So I turned it, so basically it just pissed on the car behind me if they got too close.
That's really good thing for people in BMWs, in modern ones, right?
It washed them.
Yeah,
you have to swerve. When you're doing it, you have to swerve around the road, so you're drawing a penis on the bonnet of the car.
Fill it full of battery acid so you can just watch the paint get eaten off their car. I'm not advocating you do that, but it's an option.
It is an option. I did actually think about that the other night with Teslas.
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? Imagine if you're a car rental place in Canada and you have a half fleet of Teslas, and people are like, no. Have
you got one a little bit less Hitlery?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't particularly want to portray an image of Reich.
Yeah.
It's not really my sentiment.
Yeah. I'd like to buy a car. Would you like a Tesla? No, I saw 2 shot with a bazooka on my way here. Do you have anything made by Kia?
Would you like a Tesla? No, I'm Jewish.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's too funny.
I would imagine, during World War II with Hitler, pulling up a fleet of Teslas in front of the chancellery in in Berlin.
Yeah.
He's showing off them, and actually the rest of his generals going, now that car's a bit extreme for me. It's going to ruin my right wing image.
Yeah. I'm surprised Republicans haven't brought back the 600 Grosser, the Mercedes, the true car of the dictator,
I don't know that one. Oh,
really? Yes.
Yes. No, I know. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was Ceausescu's favorite way to go, right? Oh, yeah. We have a direct PayPal in here. There's not a name, like a YouTube name. So let me just look here.
We'll make one up.
Well, the person's name is not in the live chat. I can't tag them. So I don't. If this is your shout out, take credit for it. It says, I prefer buying music and software the old school way. That way I get not just a digital license for it. Not only do I get a digital license, I totally agree. That was a $8 direct donation. So big thanks there as well. I couldn't agree more. We were thinking of changing to Ecamm from OBS to broadcast our live streams because it's a very Mac optimized app and I use a Mac. And they don't sell it to you anymore. It's a subscription. And to get the version we need with all the features would end up costing me about $62 Canadian a month. I mean, fuck off, guys. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm not giving you $800 a year for an app you used to sell for $149. What the fuck, man?
You can get a Tesla for that.
Yeah, seriously. It's a joke. I can't stand it. But thanks for the direct. Did anybody take credit?
Hamas.
Is that an A or a U? It really makes a difference.
That'd be funny if it's like getting like super chats and donations in from terrorist organizations. Thanks. Just a little shout out, would be good. No,
Al Qaeda represent $20.
Well, where do you get your name out? Yeah.
You know what? I bet it was Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why was it in negative?
It's all caps, right? It's all caps. So
it just says, "Make America Great Again." Yeah, Donald, I think you can up your donations, mate.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. It's Egon in the chat. Woo! All right, Egon. Thank you, dude. Awesome.
And thanks for all that great work on busting ghosts, because we really need you out there.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, and for being able to control Bill Murray through an entire movie. That's impressive.
Yeah, you put him in one of those traps.
But maybe that's young Egon, the little nerdy girl.
Hey?
From the new movies.
Oh.
Could be.
Oh, right. I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like his granddaughter or something. She was playing chess with a ghost, and that was all right.
Well, better than what's his name? Not getting a blowjob from a ghost.
What? There was a ghost in the couch? Thought he was just bucking the fabric.
Yeah, the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit! What's his name? Oh,
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. Yeah,
his belt gets undone and stuff. That was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, kids movie. Just point out it was a kids movie.
I know. There's quite a few
cheaper.
There's quite a few instances of movies that were acceptable for kids back in the day, and they're clearly scenes that should have been caught. You know, it's funny. I watched lots of them in the theater, but then again, I remember I wasn't old enough to watch Grease when it came out, and I had to have a parent take me in, and it was because they had the word shit and the word tit. That was the only thing I could figure that made it so I wasn't allowed to watch it.
And that was just referring to the main star.
Yeah. I mean, back then we didn't know the term loser, religious fool, dope. So, you know.
I saw a still the other day from Scooby Doo where you saw Thelma and what's her name, Daphne, in bra and panties.
Wow.
They were naked.
So Thelma is a woman?
Well, she wasn't facing, she was facing away, so she might have had it tucked.
She's hiding the bulge.
She did have a big butt, though.
It's funny, though. Daphne isn't all that intelligent, but pretty. And Thelma's really smart, but not that pretty. Like, how stereotypically... Wow.
Yeah, well, you can tell she's smart because she wears the glasses.
Yeah.
That's the benchmark. That's the indication of how smart you are if you're wearing glasses.
Yeah. I just took mine back to get sent in too, so I don't even have any right now. You can tell I'm squinting really bad, right? But yeah, speaking of glasses, not only did they screw up and give me progressives for streaming when all my screens in front of me are at the same distance, so that was stupid. But I knew the prescription wasn't correct because I could never truly get it right. I was moving the screens back and forth. They're on monitor arms, right? So it's pretty easy to do. And I couldn't get it right. And they had screwed it up. They didn't give me up to 1 meter. And they did up to 2 meters. And that's why the damn reading glasses were better at television than they were here at the computer. So I took them back and they're being sent off to be all redone and whatnot.
You got glasses that are progressive, that weren't interlaced, or do you mean they were woke?
Yeah, no, they were woke, Yeah. But yeah, so that's being done.
It's like the glasses, in They Live. When you put the glasses on, you stop being so judgmental about people.
That'd be interesting. Maybe I could get glasses that make me slow down on the beer consumption.
Yeah, it's called a blindfold.
Yeah, I just need literally, if I could stay away from the news for like 2 weeks, I could probably actually sober up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you try doing a news show by keeping away from the news and see how that works out.
But for my sanity, right? I'm not physically capable of drinking like 8 to 12 beers every day,
Yeah.
It's the only way I can handle this.
It is so fucking depressing keeping up on it all. It really is. I mean, imagine that's your job. And I know that's what we do on the show, but if it really is your job, that's your career, being a news reporter or a news correspondent, or even worse, having to be a Fox News host.
To pretend to actually agree with this horror show.
I mean, I do wonder about that because,
is there any of them in there that are just playing along because they need to keep their job because they've over mortgaged and blah blah and whatnot? I wonder, right?
Yeah, it's a character. It's a character. See, the thing about American news and compared to British UK news, and I think it's pretty much the same.
It's hugely different. Listen to the accent. Right.
Well, apart from the accent and the aqueducts, and apart from all that, what the news ever
and the roads and the
but the thing is American news is editorial and opinionistic,
more so than anything.
Yeah, the newsreaders can have an opinion. That's why you end up with channels who are pro-right and some are pro-left and all this kind of stuff. In the UK, you can't do that. It's actually regulated, and it has happened, accidentally someone will say something, or their opinion, they get rapped on the knuckles, and he's like, "Oh, the BBC have been pulled up."
Oh, especially with the BBC.
Somebody said a thing.
Like even Clarkson on Top Gear, he used to slam a car and then say, "But because this is the BBC, I'm forced to tell you that it's offered in 3 different color schemes and blah blah," and just to right.
And then he'll turn the camera and say, "Yeah, and they're all shit."
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Sky.
Kind of ironic.
Sky.
Ironic. Sorry, I was just going to say, isn't back to Top Gear? Isn't it kind of like ironic that Tesla, Elon sued them?
I know, he flipped out over that review they did, but even though they embellished it a bit to make it a little bit more dramatic than it kind of was, at the same time, that early Roadster that they drove, if you push it hard, it dies in a couple of laps. That's all you got,
Yeah.
He lost.
That was the days before YouTube, when people were, weren't influencers and buying the cars, doing videos about them. But all these Cybertruck owners now are just like tearing them apart, jerry rig everything to just try to destroy his Cybertruck the other day.
Well, he was following on from Whistling Diesel's video, and the Cybertruck is truly dangerous as a tow vehicle. The way it is constructed and built, it should not be towing anything more than about 3,000 pounds tops.
I think jerry rig everything was kind of like disappointed on just actually how well the Tesla held up when he was doing his test.
Well, he couldn't get any more pressure beyond what he got into it, right?
Yeah.
But
anyway, you were saying about. I interrupted you. You were talking about Sky News.
Yeah. I got a lighter problem going on here. Sky News, their Formula One coverage, has just had a total reshuffle of the cast and players because a couple of the presenters were seen as too biased towards British drivers and teams. And, it's supposed to be, for everyone, right? So, yeah. And a couple of the hires they did, I'm not really sure. We'll see how it goes,
DEI.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't make it sound like I'm getting, I do really like, I know some people are a little iffy on this one, but I really like Danica Patrick as a pundit and commentator on Sky F1's Formula One broadcasting. I think she's great. Not just because she looks good in a skirt, but I mean, she's got a lot of experience racing, man. She knows what she's talking about. She's really good.
Yeah, you haven't seen Lewis Hamilton in a tight, skimpy dress. He looks great.
Actually, I have, but I'm not talking about that tonight.
What happens in the pits stays in the pits.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, he wore a dress a couple of times on the fashion. Trying to pretend like he's Slavy there or something, right?
Don't tell Trump that. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There'll be no more Formula One in America.
Yeah.
Not as much anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, Mexi Girl in the chat says, didn't they hire Danica Patrick? Yeah. For the last couple of years, she's just done the American races, but now she's, I think, properly on the team for this year. And I think it's good. I like her. I like her commentary. She gets right to the edge of controversial. She's not she's not scared to speak her mind. And this year, they've got 1997 Formula One world champion from Canada, Jacques Villeneuve, on the team as well. And he's a crazy loudmouth, man. He's always in trouble for saying stupid shit. So it should be pretty interesting. Oh, yeah. He's got a weird thing about him at times.
It's like when you had John McEnroe and Boris Becker becoming tennis pundits as well.
Oh, yeah. I bet they still screamed at each other in the back, right? come on, that ball was in. McEnroe, he was awesome, man. Yeah. I love McEnroe. He was such a villain hero. I loved him. He was great.
Yeah, again, it's funny because he did come across as that fucking whiny American kid.
Yeah,
who was just having a tantrum on court.
Yeah, I remember when I played baseball, hockey, basketball, and whatnot. Anytime I would get mad and frustrated, my whole thing would fall apart. If I kept my head, I was good. And I always used to wonder with John McEnroe, how the fuck can he play so pissed off all the time? I used to watch tennis just to watch him lose his shit. I
tell you what, they hated me at the Peterborough Lawn Tennis Club when I was there because I didn't take you very seriously. I'd be playing the game and be doing a live commentary from the box and or doing the crowd cheering. Yeah. I got a point. Don't cut it out, please.
Yeah.
This is not how we do things at the Peterborough Lawn Tennis Club.
Yeah. We have a lawn tennis club in town here too, and it's all these elderly folk, supremely dressed in strange but nice outfits. And I mean, if you drive by in a 67 Mustang or something, the looks of discontent on the faces. Oh, yeah. I think lawn bowling is kind of like polo for people that can't get on horses anymore.
I'm surprised they even do it because you have to bend down and everything. It's like, Can we do lawn bowling, but without having to, break our old backs?
Imagine covering lawn bowling on television. Every time somebody goes to lean over, and you got to mute the mic because they're probably going to fart or shit their pants.
Marjorie is leaning into the bowl. Let's see if she regains her composure out. No, I think Marjorie has died. Someone give her a nudge.
No, her husband's drooling in the gallery. I don't think he realizes what's going on. We're old, so we can make these jokes, right?
Yeah, we'll be next. Yeah.
I'm way older than you think.
I can't see us doing any sports when we're older.
I couldn't see myself doing sports 10 years ago. Jesus.
Well, that's true. I haven't done any in years.
Yeah. You know what sport is for me now? Is getting up drunk and running out my front door to tell those kids not to skateboard on my fucking lawn, Man, I tried standing on a skateboard twice, almost died. It's not something that you should try learning when you're an adult. It's definitely you learn it when you're young and flexible, and falling off is no big deal, and you can just giggle and get back on.
Yeah,
it wasn't a good idea.
It's kind of funny though, back in the day when I was a skateboarder, had this really cheap, nasty skateboard.
Did you have a little banana board before the big flat ones?
Yeah. No, I did. I never got a big flat one. I just had the banana.
Yeah.
A tiny, pointy little thing. It was rubbish, and it sounded like a truck. The bearings in it must have been like made from gravel.
Yeah. They were cast, right?
From musket balls.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, back in the day, when you were skateboarding, it was kind of like, can you go in a straight line and not fall off? You're a great skateboarder. Yeah. Now you see kids doing flips and jumps.
Yeah.
Doing 360-degree spins in the air.
For me, where the skateboard comes from is somebody was shagging cars in winter and thought, couldn't I have like a surfboard with wheels so I could just do this without the car in summer? right? If you don't know what I mean, shagging cars in winter is when you hide behind cars that are parked on the road, and then you jump out and grab the bumper of a car that's going by and just, let your feet slide in the snow and hitch a ride, man.
Ah.
Yeah, kind of like Marty McFly when he was on the skateboard and he held onto the car. We used to do that in winter just in our boots on the road, right? There'd be like 6 or 7 kids hanging onto a bumper trying to hide from the mirrors so the person couldn't tell you were there. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised nobody died, to be honest, but yeah, we were all right.
Maybe some died.
Yeah.
Nobody was counting.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's a Canadian thing, right? Chris Lundy in the chat. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I think most things that happen in Canada could be labeled, as a Canadian thing. No, nobody else does that.
Yeah, because I mean, in the 70s, we would have said, "Oh, come on, there's good new snow. Let's go shagging." And you in the UK would have been like, 9-year-olds, 8-year-olds talking about going shagging? What the hell's going on here?
I'll get the condoms then. Yeah, okay.
That goes, I'm a Protestant. Why don't you get one?
Or anytime you like. Ooh.
Yeah. Or a French tickler. Yeah. And I was on one of those sites where you get like photos that are funny and whatnot. I'd give you the name, but I use it for social media posts and I don't want to share.
Pornhub.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And there was a post and it was photos from way back or something like that. So I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe some like 50s, 60s, 70s, early color photos, some black and white and whatnot. And
1980s, I bet.
Yeah, it was all like, the early days of digital cameras and whatnot. I was like, what? It's just not,
Yeah. I know. It is, you're getting old when people talk about, way back in the day. And you go, that's when I grew up. What are you talking about?
You're like, I got 2 of those. What do you mean?
I saw some on Facebook the other day, a couple of examples of, photographs of like, really ludicrous, like 80s fashion clothes and pictures
Turn
of
to the left.
Girls with like big, like, permed hair and shit like this. And they're, everyone's going, ha, 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 look at these people. And I think, don't you fucking laugh, because I know how fashion works. It goes in cycles.
I know.
And you won't be laughing when you're parading around like that.
I actually had that discussion today with the girl at the beer store when I went for drinks. And I was like, well, that's why disco and bell bottoms keep coming back into fashion, right? Just that's...
It was so cool.
Exactly. Oh, it's funny.
Yeah, you don't see enough roller discos these days.
Oh, man. I think it was Ladner, British Columbia, when I was a kid. We used to go to Stardust, a roller skate place. It was awesome. I was like 8, 9 years old,
Yeah, we used to go to an ice rink. Ice rinks are stupid because you just end up with a wet ass. And how do you chat up a girl with a wet ass? But anyway,
that doesn't happen to Canadians because we can skate at birth. We're like deer. When we're born, you can skate, right? You can't walk, but you can skate. Yeah.
But it's like, no, this thing was like every Friday or Saturday night or something. It was like a laser show and disco.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all it is just like people just going round and round and round in circles. Yeah, but looking like fucking John Travolta. Yeah,
you can tell by the way I use my wow boom.
It's so funny.
Oh man.
Yeah, when we were cool back in the day.
Yeah.
When we thought we were cool, shall I just reiterate that? We thought we were cool, not cool at all.
I'll tell you a quick one. So I moved from the West Coast to East Coast, grade 6. And I was already growing out my hair in grade 6 because I was already like a metal kid, you know. And
I bet you came out your mother hair first.
yeah, exactly. My hair was longer than myself when I was born, right? You know. But so I show up at this new school, I meet a few people, and because I'm the new kid and I end up being cool, right? It can go both ways when you're the new kid. You can really suck or you can be cool, right? And I'd already started playing guitar at that point, and so it kind of worked. But on week 2, they announced Computer Club, and anybody that wants to sign up and whatnot, go ahead and do it. So I sign up, and I'm in Computer Club the next day, and there's like...
Whoa. The cool kid?
Yeah. There's like a nerd. Yeah, there's like 9 other hardcore nerds because this is like early 80s, right? In Computer Club, and they all look and go, "Holy fuck, it's him!" You know,
we're one of the coolest now.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, it was funny, man.
Steve Wozniak must have seen that and go, "Yeah, you know what? Computers can be cool."
Yeah. You know.
Hey, look at this lady. It's like that scene in Back to the Future. Steve Wozniak, just got straight on to the phone. hey, you know that we were talking about that cool computer idea you were talking about? Take a look at this.
Yeah. There was this guy Scott in Computer Club. He had the best jokes, but he couldn't tell them, right? He could not deliver a joke to save his life. So every day we'd go to Computer Club and have our quick lunch or whatever, and then, have our free time. And while we were eating, he would tell a joke and it would never land. And the rest of the group, even his nerdy little friends, would be like, "That sucks, Scott," or whatever.
Don't tell me, and then you just retell it.
Yeah. So one day I was like, "No, guys, he's got great jokes, but sorry, Scott, you just don't know how to tell it." So I literally told the same exact joke and had the whole room dying, right? And I often wondered, because I didn't know the guy. At the end of grade 6, Scott moved somewhere. He wasn't in our school anymore. And I often wondered, did he learn from that? Like, I wonder, because he was so good at making these jokes up. Did he ever learn to tell them? I don't know.
No, he just changed his name to Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Adam Sandler in the ginger. But it was funny because it's true.
Sorry, Adam, if you're watching. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's true. Like, you can say something that's not truly funny and make it hysterical by the way you deliver the story. It's the telling of the joke that's as much important, if not more, than the content.
My sister, she used to tell this joke, and it's like the one joke she would tell, and it was about the wide mouth frog. I can't even remember the joke. All I can remember is everybody laughing their socks off while she's trying to tell the joke. Now the joke isn't funny,
right?
It's
her struggle to deliver it.
Exactly.
But she keeps telling the joke because everybody laughs.
Yeah. She knows it's a bad joke, but when you're trying to get the words out of this stupid joke, and you've got tears running down, and you can't even form the sentence. That's when it's funny.
Yeah. Now the whole thing is taken on a life of its own, right? Yeah.
No. I just love remember that. I still can't remember the bloody joke. I just think it's got something to do with a wide mouth frog.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to close your mouth and go, I haven't seen so many of those these days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's funny, man. What do we got here? Holy shit, we're only an hour in. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Hanging around with me can make 1 hour seem like 2.
That's putting it mildly, but yeah.
I could go again if you want.
I'm just showing how young and healthy and virile I am. Can you imagine if I didn't have if I didn't have good mute button etiquette, I would be the worst streamer ever. I would sound like RFK Jr.
I'm just thinking of you being a contestant on those blind date shows, And number one, I'd like to ask you a question. If you were taking me out for a date, where would you take me?
Yeah, somewhere with peanut shells on the floor to absorb the phlegm. Oh man.
Yeah, see what you could have won.
Yeah. Oh man, I can only imagine one of those blind dating shows. That would just be the worst environment for me.
What as the choosee or the chooser?
Either way, it would just be horrible, right?
I can just see you being like the one person. Yeah, they're picking from the 3 people, and you go, oh, they all sound like bitches. I wouldn't want to hang out with any of these. They all sound like empty-headed, beard, water trough, drinking water.
If you sense the woman is starting to get interested, do you say, are you able to talk without the sound of that flabby meat thunk under your chin flapping back and forth or something? Like, there's no way I could do that. I would just have to get myself out of that as fast as possible.
Yeah, sorry, that was my clitoris banging while I was talking.
Oh, that'd be an awful situation. Can't believe people are willing to do crap like that just to be on television.
Oh, no, they do worse than that these days.
That's true.
Yeah. You think
they join the Republican Party.
No, just to get on telly.
Yes.
It's like getting married at first sight. I'll marry a complete stranger.
Oh my god!
It's find out and what was it? We fuck around and find out, basically live on TV.
Or there's so many true crime shows out there. Are there people going out and committing crimes just so they can get on the damn shows? Like,
they're called researchers.
Oh.
We're running low on show ideas. Go and shoot this guy.
Fresh murder scene brought to you by the Italian mob. It's just.
Or even better, you just send out a film crew, and then the film crew, the camera's going around, and all you can see is like first-person perspective of a gun. And he's just like hunting around looking for some random person. Oh, there's someone.
Watch us commit murder. Try to prove that we did it. It's just oh wow.
Just wait. 20 or 30 years, that will be.
Are you kidding? Now that we've said it, Arnold Schwarzenegger is planning this right now. Watch my movie in real life.
We got to get we got to I don't know what it is. We're going to get the copyright on it. We got to make sure that property is ours. So when it finally hits the screen,
we are filing a copyright and a patent right now on killing people for profit.
No, the people have been doing that for years. It's called an assassin.
I think it's called food stamps, but
Trump.
Yeah. It's called privatization.
Medicare. Insurance. Insurance.
I swear. I heard, I think it was Rachel Maddow talking on MSNBC recently. And she was talking to a couple of pretty smart people. And there is a growing concern that Trump is trying to privatize Medicare and Medicaid in a few of these programs. If they get privatized, that means now it's for profit. He's talking about abuse and waste and mismanagement of funds. When you privatize it, everybody has to make a profit, not just a wage, but the company has to make a profit. Everybody loses. It's the worst idea since America not becoming the 11th province.
But you know who's championing himself, and also Trump is agreeing, who's going to run it?
Elon Schmuck.
Yeah.
Elon Schmuck.
It's his goal. And people are seen right through it, right through the curtains to see that that's his goal to destroy all social services.
Yeah.
And he's going to privatize the whole lot, and he's going to be the one that's in control and running it and making because the guy's short of a few quid.
Well, I mean, he doesn't make enough billions off of the government contracts to SpaceX, right?
He hasn't got enough money to rub two starships together to make a fire.
Well, it only takes one to make a fire, actually.
Yeah. Takes a lot of money to light that fucking candle, though.
Yeah. But yeah, I would love to see America become the 11th province of Canada. That way you guys wouldn't have to pay for healthcare. You wouldn't have to worry about dictators and billionaires running your country. Pot's legal.
I know we got to be really, really careful about talking about this on air. But it's all right. There's not a lot of people watching, but we got to finalize those invasion plans.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Talking about
the burn down the White House protocol.
Yeah. I'm just going to put a park of Tesla in front of it and wait.
Yeah, exactly. It only takes 30 to 45 minutes for one to explode. Right?
Wait for it to rain or something.
Yeah. I love the fact that the entire world is just going, fuck you, Elon, and just avoiding his shit. I wonder how this affects a few YouTubers that are pretty popular in the rocket community, like Everyday Astronaut, because he's still going to cover all the SpaceX launches and news and stuff. And meanwhile, he's probably got a whole whack of smart ass dudes like I would in his live chat going, how can you promote this Nazi saluting piece of garbage?
I pretty much said that in one of the comments on a video. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah.
But I basically said, I used to cheer along SpaceX and their technology. But somehow, I'm just not feeling it anymore. No. And somebody came back and says, well, who cares what you think? Who cares about you? I said, shut you. Just go fucking.
Yeah, there's no point. There's no point in having a back and forth in an echo chamber. But I will say, speaking of echo chambers and stuff, yet again, we've proved that you can let people go to the edge instead of just muting them and timing them out like tennis balls in your live chat with that Joe guy, right?
Are you saying we're edging people?
I'm always edging on somebody. That's kind of how I roll.
Well, welcome to Dick's Edging ASMR.
But elbows up. Damn right, Adam.
We're going to edge you to the. Yeah. What is this? What is this about fucking elbows up? Because the only thing about elbows up I know about is where your mum used to tell you, take your elbows off the table.
Elbows up is sports, especially hockey. But they talk about it in auto racing too. Like, oh, he really had his elbows up into that corner. And it means get the fuck out of my space, man. Fucking back off, right? And that's why Mike Myers did it, and Jean Chrétien, our amazing former prime minister at 91, giving an awesome speech, 92, whatever. That guy's awesome. I love him. But yeah,
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
means, toughen up and get ready, right?
I thought it was like one of those kind of like foghorn leghorn. Put him up, put him up,
No.
put him up. Fight with your elbows, numpty.
No, but like Shayna in the chat there, I said it as well when I first heard. I think it was Carpathian asked me, "What does elbows up refer to as Canadians?" And I was like, "Well, elbows up is drinking because you got to put your elbow up to drink, right?" We always say that elbows up, boom, and but also elbows up. I also did as it pertains to hockey and stuff. It's like get ready for the fight. It's yeah.
It's interesting in Canada, you say elbows up for drinking, and yet in the UK we say bottoms up. I'm not too sure how that works anatomically in Britain.
Oh, we say that too in Canada, bottoms up, and it just means, raise your glass to the sky, put the bottom up,
Oh, not your own bottom.
Oh, no. Well, you can only do 50% of the room could do that. That's useful, but
because it's a very strange way to drink a drink, I've noticed.
Yeah, exactly. It really makes it difficult.
It's like that's what dogs and cats do.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very much a hockey reference in sports and stuff. Elbows up, get tough, right? The first time when Carpathian asked me that, I was like, why would you ask me that? Because I hadn't watched any of the shit yet. I didn't know that it was already starting to be a Canadian thing, elbows up, right?
I haven't seen anything about it yet because been busy and sleeping and then doing the show. But there was a big march.
People in Canada are doing elbows up when they walk past each other and say good morning and good afternoon walking down the street, man.
Yeah, well, you're a tough lot up there.
Yeah. I gave a granny an elbow up and, she laughed it off and, grabbed her Rottweiler and fed it a chicken,
I bet you give them old girls a lot of things up, but that's besides the point. I was saying, I was telling you there was these big marches in DC today.
Yeah,
the veterans are out marching, and they're basically calling for Trump to be removed and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, great. There's no mechanism to remove him.
Yeah, Americans are losing their shit right now, man.
Good.
I hope there's more and more protests, more and more rallies, the whole 9 yards. This stuff cannot be tolerated or accepted. You cannot stand by and watch your government and its services be dismantled by a megalomaniac moron.
Thing is, all Trump has to do at this point, at this point in time, is just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And people will, they'll accept it. Yeah, the stuff will happen, and people won't like it, but they'll accept it. The fact that he just keeps opening his mouth every single day with some new fucking piece of trash is just driving everybody more and more insane each day.
Yeah.
If he just shut up, he might actually get through his 4 years of presidency.
At this point, I can't see him legally making it through the presidency without being removed. But I do believe that if he does make it through, in 2 years, when you have the House and whatnot, all that sorted out, he will lose absolute power by a long shot. In the next election in 4 years, the Democrats will walk it, and it's going to be a while before the Republicans can rebuild and retake any sort of credibility after this massacre of what the United States stands for, and has been built upon since its inception.
Yeah. They'd have to completely rebuild the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. Almost to the state that they have to have honest people.
Yeah.
Representing
exactly. They're going to have to clean house. Couch fucker, bootlick, all of them gotta go, right?
Yeah, they have to find some other YouTubers to put to the into the proper jobs.
Yeah. And I'm not saying that the Democrats are perfect, because No political party is perfect, right? Up here in Canada, every time we elect a political party, they do something stupid. Yours will too. And the whole idea here is America and Canada, especially. Russia, you can't count them because it's a dictatorship, but our countries are so fucking geographically huge that we have complete regions of people that are different from each other. As such, nobody will ever be 100% content with the government you get. But you can't focus on what you're pissed off about unless it truly matters to everybody. You got to focus on what's actually good and what could be better. And you got to take the hate out of the elections. A lot of people voted for Trump because they bought the bullshit that was being sold to them that the Biden administration had seriously screwed up. You can't vote based on that emotion. You have to vote based on an educated approach to what you see as good in the mandate and the message coming from that party. And if all one party does is spew hate for another, you should never vote for them because there's no reason to vote for them over hate. There's none.
It was because that was a bit of a problem with the Democratic Party in the last election because their basic premise was we all hate Trump, so let's vote for us.
Right.
They weren't really positive about anything in particular. They weren't really talking about policies either.
No, there was more policy talk from the Dems than the Republicans, but it was lost in the message. It wasn't even there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, myself, I've said this before on this channel, like for a good few years, but if I was God of the world, and I should be, but if I was God of the world, yeah, well, you don't have to vote for me if I'm God. I just take control, right? But if I was in charge, I would make it illegal for any political party to talk about the other political party in any public message, especially as it pertains to campaigns and run-ups to elections. I don't want to hear that they're bad. I want to know what you're going to fucking do.
Yeah, but I pulled this this woman gave me a sword out of a pound. Therefore I'm king.
Listen, Moisten Bintz laying about distributing swords. There's no basis for a system of government.
It's as good as any at this point.
If some watery tart threw a scimitar at me and I called myself emperor, they'd put me away. But there should be it should be illegal to mudsling. Let the newspapers and the media and the influencers and whatnot find the dirt. It should not be the political parties slinging it.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with why I should vote for you. Just because they suck, in your opinion, is nothing. And nobody should fall for this anymore.
Yeah. And of course, there's only one person to blame for that. It's Biden.
That's funny.
Bazinga.
I love how when the stock market started to tank, little blondie bimbo, the press secretary, started talking about how they were handed this awful economy by the Biden administration. Meanwhile, we showed a chart of the stock market over the last year of Biden, and it was just going back up and up and up and up and up. I mean, come on.
Yeah, every single political pundit out there on YouTube can just go,
I can't.
Biden recovered the economy so well out of COVID.
I know.
Coming out of COVID, the economy was the strongest that it's ever been.
I know. And what did Trump do? Let people die and tank the economy at the end. Give tax credits to the rich and let the poor and the middle class suffer.
Yes.
How he got elected the second time is baffling to me because I don't do social media enough to understand how people could be sucked into that party's bullshit enough to actually have elected them. I was shocked on election night. I thought I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Now I believe in tax cuts for the multi-rich, but only under these circumstances, that they have to get into a circle and they all have to suck each other off. And
every Sunday,
the amount of teaspoons, or the volume of semen that they collect will be, representative of the tax cut they will get. So the more they suck each other off, the more they will get. And then I want them sucking each other off so hard that you just end up with these dried up prunes of human beings. They've actually stopped sucking the semen out. They're just actually sucking all the moisture out.
Yeah. Turn the nutsack into raisins. Come on.
Keep sucking. It's I think it's the fairest way of tax for the rich,
Yeah. I would say at this point, without hesitation, that aside from the uber rich, the only people cheering the Trump administration right now are those social media doofuses that don't understand how bad this is going to be for them in 19, 18, 7. You know what I mean? Like they don't get it yet. They're still doing that. Oh, we won, you lost. Fuck you. No, they don't. They're just idiots. See, those people shouldn't be allowed to vote. They shouldn't.
Go on. Get your rant out.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed on social media. They should not be allowed a microphone. They should not be allowed a keyboard. They should be one-on-one helpers getting them through the day, right?
I always said, they should give people a license to have a social media account, or even just run on the internet. You got to get a driving license.
In case of parents that gave birth to these people, they should have a license to give birth. It's just, I'm sorry, but you're too stupid. We're not going to let you.
Well, that's the other thing. Once upon a time, you had to get a dog license. If you want to get a dog, you have to, you get a license. Yeah, kids, no problem. You can just squirt them out all over the place, and then put them on the internet. Yeah. No. You have to get a driving license. In most civilized worlds, if you want a gun, you have to get a gun license. Well, in America,
not in America.
You just got to have a cereal packet with a little coupon. It's not a problem.
Do you eat Lucky Charms? Here's an AK-47. Well,
free inside the packet. What was it? Bowling for Columbine, that movie. I always loved the story where you could open up a bank account. It was in Texas. You could open up a bank account, and when you open the bank account, you get a free gun.
Yeah. Because that's normal, right?
A bank. It's a bank. Yeah, you give them the gun.
And you're like, sir, I'm 12 and I just got a paper route.
Yeah. No, thank you for opening my account. I'd like to make a withdrawal. Empty the safe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
When you mix banking with guns as a promotion to get customers, you've really got to look at the person doing your marketing. Come on. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh fuck, how bizarre.
Yeah,
I mean, we were talking about the other night about Claudius and Caligula. I would imagine Caligula is like looking at the modern world, going, "You guys are fucking crazy."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You made a movie about me being nuts.
Yeah, we want a movie of Bill and Ted going through through time and taking people from because that Bill and Ted movie where they go and get people from time and they come back and they're always just like basically praising the fucking shitty town that they live in.
Yeah.
Love this town. If they'd made that movie now, it would be like going back, finding the most awful people in history, bringing them back into modern day and showing them doing shit.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, if they did it properly, they would have had Genghis Khan and he would have grabbed a couple of those rock and roll 80s girls, you know. No, you can't do that, you know.
Yeah. I can imagine it's like someone managed to make a time portal where people can just like travel back in time. Yeah, because I'll probably just go back to Nazi Germany because it's probably safer.
Well, compared to America right now, you know.
Yeah, I'll just stitch on my Star of David right now and go through there.
Yeah. You'd be
sure
safer wearing a yarmulke there. You know, could somebody explain to me what's his name? Kanye West. What the fuck does that stupid bastard call himself now?
Yeah, Yeezy.
Yeah. He's wearing swastika t-shirts. Doesn't he know that he's black?
He doesn't. No. He has no idea. He was born a poor white guy.
Yeah.
It's just got a great, sun tanning lotion or whatever. I don't know.
I don't get it. I just don't understand how a black guy can be a Nazi. just don't get it.
Yeah, because they were rife.
I mean,
yeah, you couldn't walk a mile through Berlin back in the day without passing by all these like goose stepping black guys.
Yeah. They gave up the blues and jazz and went right for the Reich. You know, they
went for the Oompa Loompa bands. Not Oompa Loompa. That's not Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, well,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory shit. Yeah,
it's probably Nazis too. So
what do you call them? Some kind of band now.
Well, you're not allowed to call them midgets. I think they're little people now.
What, Nazis?
Willow isn't a Nazi. What are you talking about?
We can call them what they like. We like now. I think unless Trump has changed the law on that, maybe we're not allowed to take the piss out of Nazis anymore.
Yeah, because that's too similar to making fun of Russians, and you're not allowed to do that.
It's illegal to make fun of Nazis. Lovely guys, such lovely, well-dressed guys.
I got to get a beer really quick, but did anybody think that Russia was actually ever going to play ball with this fucking ceasefire thing?
Well, yeah, on their terms. Yeah, well, look, we accept your ceasefire, America and Ukraine, on one stipulation. We want everything. We want it all.
So my thing, I've said it many times, Russia made it very clear that they would not accept foreign boots on the ground in Ukraine. They wanted to have manipulation over the government, the whole 9 yards. In other words, they want complete surrender and control, and they'll just finish taking it over later. It is the joke of jokes. And if Trump doesn't sort this out properly, I'll start publicly calling for him to be shot.
I'd like to point out that the Russians haven't got a problem with foreign boots on the ground. It's the foreigners wearing the boots that they got the problem.
Okay. You semantic fucking.
Where they buy the boots from, I don't think they care about.
Exactly. Yeah,
they're probably from China anyway.
Yeah. Does who in the live chat thinks that Trump is actually in the pocket of the Americans due to financial concerns? Who thinks that? I think it's at least a 75% possibility.
What you mean, he's on the take?
Well, no, but they bailed him out over a few bad business deals over time, and as such, yeah. The orcs.
God. Oh God! Of course they are.
There is a whole bunch of Russians that are in Trump Tower and a few of his other properties as landowners and whatnot.
In his press office.
Yeah. Yeah, they shipped Blondie Bimbo over when she was a baby so she could speak America but talk Rusky.
Now, there is some interesting stuff about this because a lot of people saying that he's been a Russian asset
for years,
from day one.
Yeah,
but also at the same time, there are some kind of like grown up people out there saying, well, actually, there has not been any indication from intelligence, the CIA or anything like that he is a Russian asset. So. It's an odd one. I think maybe he was, but doing it through kind of like a way that
there's
I mean, don't forget we used to talk about. We remember talking about Russian ties. I don't know what he's so interested about Russian ties for, because he's only got one tie. It's that red one.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's Russian. It's a red one. Yeah, but yeah. Remember we were talking about that years ago.
Yeah,
the whole Russian ties and all this kind of stuff. Yes, it's been going for fucking years.
Yeah. I personally believe that in Trump's career, he screwed up financially to the point where he would have been screwed without investment, and that investment came from Russia. If you look at him, there was an interview he did. It was on that CNN series, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, right? And he did this interview way back in like the early 90s, late 80s. And they were saying, your thing is on the rise, blah, blah, any interest in politics? And he instantly responded with, no, I don't see that happening, And I personally believe that the Russians have bailed them out financially over the years a few times, the oligarchy crew and whatnot. And now they have him in a position where they influenced his run for politics in the first place. I totally see it that way. I really do.
I reckon they just got some photographs of him in sordid positions with some Russian prostitutes. That's how the Russians work.
Well, you know how easy that would be. All you have to do is bring them to his hotel room, right?
Yeah, just have him show up, and he has spent quite some time in Russia in the past. So it wouldn't surprise me.
And as long as the women haven't eaten in 2 days, they would have nothing to puke, so he wouldn't catch on, right?
I wouldn't put it past him. It wasn't even fucking women. It was like giraffes or something.
God! Thank God you took it from human beings, because I was very concerned on where you were going there.
Who knows?
Yeah. But he's a disgusting piece of human shit, and I wouldn't put anything past him, right? His own wife won't even touch him, man. He doesn't even know where the bitch lives.
Yeah. Well, he knows where one of them lives. She's buried in his golf course.
Yeah. Oh, man.
For a tax incentive, for a tax write-off.
Yeah, because now he can claim some of it as a cemetery, right? Tax-free, I'm sure.
Yeah. What I can't.
Yeah.
Sorry, but using that term. It's the welcome to Sesame Street, and today the show's brought to you with the letters CUNT. And the numbers are all negative.
Yeah, it's not a good look. It's awful, man.
We might as well get the Muppets to do the fucking stock exchange now, to report on it.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the Dow Jones with Fozzie Bear.
The whole stock exchange thing. Yeah, the stocks are freaking out, man, because people that don't really know how to play the stocks are so concerned over their retirement savings and stuff that they're like pulling out and putting it back into savings and stuff and selling out and getting out. And traders are flipping out. The stock market's flipping out. Oh my God.
Well, the thing is that on the stock market, there's the short sell. right?
Yeah,
But the short sell is not supposed to alternate within 4 hours.
Yeah, but
You know,
one's got to wonder if Trump himself isn't doing this to the market, so him and a few of his cronies can short sell the whole fucking thing. You know, we had a reporter ask little blondie bimbo in the press office at the White House that question, and she just laughed it off as if it was a joke. But Trump is a fuck everybody. I'm going to make money. I'll default on loans and declare bankruptcy and not pay people and stuff. Asshole. He's proved it for years. Why wouldn't he use his position as president to short the entire market?
Yeah.
Right?
Thank God Clarence Beeks hasn't given the orange crop report yet.
Oh, if anybody should be putting the monkey outfit and fucked, it's Trump.
One monkey, two monkey. Look at them; they're in love.
Yeah. If there's ever been a reason to promote pot use, it's those two guys, right?
Hey, originally it wasn't going to be them. There was going to be two other guys. I think it was going to be you guys, Canadian guys. You know,
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah. It was originally going to be them.
How's it going, eh?
Yeah, Rick Moranis and the other dude.
Dave something.
No one knows his name.
Come on, he's really good.
Yeah, but nobody knows his name.
Yeah. Somebody does in the chat. You watch.
His mother does. Sort of. She still she still calls him, the guy that hangs around with Rick Moranis. But
yeah. What the fuck was his name? It was funny when Bob and Doug McKenzie first hit on the show as a big deal, and they did the record and everything. They were on the David Letterman show, and the Dave Thomas. That's it. Thanks, Ian. And it was a really great interview because you could see that they were still like, our stupid Canadian shit is popular down here. It was really funny.
Yeah, well, Kids in the Hall also made it down everywhere, international, and their stuff was fucking nuts.
Yeah, the Kids in the Hall. Nobody ever shows the skit. Sorry, but this is what it's called: running faggot, running free. Yeah. You never see that skit anymore.
Yeah, only on YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they don't actually show Kids in the Hall anywhere anyway.
No, and it's a whole bunch of gay guys and a couple of straight guys. So they're allowed to do all those jokes, right? It's kind of that whole thing with N-words and stuff.
Like the village people then.
Yeah. Hey, is a black guy allowed to say honky tonk if he's a country western person because of the honky, right?
Racist.
Yeah, see what I mean? Right? Isn't that weird? Right? Just a thought.
Yeah. Claim that word back. It's our word. You're not allowed to use that word.
Country Western took this word from us and we're taking it back. That's what Bono's going to do next. He's going to turn a honky tonk song into a overly righteous song of U2,
Yeah. And then you'll get some Native American Indians say, well, actually, it was our word first.
Yeah. Mexi girl in the chat, Kids in the Hall and In Living Color. Oh, yeah. Living Color was awesome. That was really good, right? That's where Jim Carrey comes from. He was amazing on that show. Sadly, I can't watch too many of his movies. It's just, he should have been comic relief, not the star.
Oh, come on. Shut up.
I can't watch The Mask and stuff. It's just too much.
No, but you can't. That's a you thing.
Yeah, it's too much. But The Truman Show was great. Yeah. I really liked that one.
Yeah, but Jim Carrey came on the scene just by fucking gurning and pulling faces. He wasn't even funny.
Well, he was hilarious as Fire Marshal Bill and whatnot on In Living Color. Holy shit!
Well, maybe in that, but but when he first appeared on the scene, and was on like Johnny Carson and stuff like that. He wasn't funny. He was just like pulling ridiculous faces.
Yeah, and falling on the floor and doing all that crap.
We had a guy in the UK called Phil Cool. Who had they basically called him like the man with the rubber face, and he used to come on and go, and he ended up with his own TV show. He ran for several years, and then poof, he just like disappeared.
Yeah.
No one knew whatever happened to him. Yeah, he's still alive,
probably heroin.
No, nothing happened to him. He's just like, we just ran out of steam. Can't be bothered to watch.
Yeah, like Carrot Top or that guy that hits watermelons with the hammer, right? Remember that?
No.
It was stupid. It was back in the early days of YouTube, and this guy would beat watermelons with a hammer. And even Top Gear America made fun of it. It was so, Yeah, he had a big fucking sledge-like thing, and he would beat up on watermelon. It's weird.
Yeah,
he must be Republican.
Early days of YouTube, you could get just famous just doing fucking anything.
Oh yeah. Spread your ass and have a butterfly fly out. Boom, there you go.
That's your idea. Don't say it out loud.
Yeah. You know how many people that went viral on YouTube before it was monetized that missed out on so much money? Right?
Charlie, and then, my finger.
Yeah. And by the time that YouTube was monetized, their video was out of fashion. Nobody was using it anymore, right?
Yeah, it's been copied so many times, turned into a meme, digitized, swapped, turned into an NFT.
I think Rick Astley was one of the first that realized that usage of his video and clip in the song and stuff should be making him money.
I really hope it's made him a fortune.
He has it copyright claimed on and royaltied on all the services. Yeah.
What should we say? I hope the record company that owns it has made a vast amount of money, and Rick Astley's made like 10.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he got to buy a bottle of sparkling wine from California because it's not champagne. Callback joke. We're good at that around here.
Yeah. It's called remembering things.
Yeah, which is hard when you're on beer 12, but I try,
Yeah, but we can remember within 8, maybe 24 hours. We can do the callback. Anything. Yeah, we could do a callback, to a show we did 6 months ago, and nobody would know what the fuck we're talking about. That's what you call the long callback.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the guy with the shaggy hair on Lost. That's the long callback. Oh, excuse me. I'm pulling weed apart. I taking
a whale's blowhole. Yeah, see, that's a callback. Now go find the show that it was originally in.
Yeah, but that's not how it's done. You can't just say the thing. You have to make it. It's just okay. Pardon Dunk, but he went to the Republican School of Humor.
Hey, come on. Look, why is it everybody you're dissing tonight is a Republican? If you got a hate boner on someone, they're a Republican. Come on. You can do better.
Yeah, I'd bitch slap Trump in the face with my hard fist if I had the chance.
You're a hard Republican.
Oh man, I had to cover my face to cough, but I got scissors in my hand because I'm cutting up some weed, and I almost stabbed myself in the eye there. That was not a good idea.
Hey, that would have been a great clip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just pop your eyeball out.
Yeah, watch my eye. Yeah,
it'll go viral. Don't worry.
Yeah, watch my eye ooze out of its socket like political policy from Trump's ass.
Yeah, it's called political satire commentary in performance.
Hey, does anybody pay attention to TV shows and what's coming out next and recently and so on? Because I don't pay attention to that because you end up with spoilers if you Google it and start looking it up, right? Is Only Murders in the Building? Is there more seasons of that coming up?
I don't know.
I hope so.
I don't think it will be because Nathan Lane, although he's not been in Murders of the House in the later series, but Nathan Lane has got a new comedy show coming out.
Okay.
Which is about a bunch of old gay blokes who decide they have to live together. I mean, it's Nathan Lane. I'm sure
it's Big Brother. Funny. Yeah.
Nathan Lane's great. I love him.
Jersey Shore. Okay, Carpathian in the chat says, "What's your view on Chuck Schumer rolling over and supporting the CR? The continued what is that CR? But it's to get the budget going in America, so there isn't a shutdown." I think Schumer is a complete POS, and I agree with Nancy Pelosi that this must be addressed. There's no way that you can let the Republicans push this bullshit bill through without making them give something in return. You have a transactional president, fucking treat him as such. That's my take on that.
Yeah, it's just going to allow Musk to get on with his chainsaw a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck, man, I can't. Like, at least Jeff Bezos is smart enough, and a few of the others, to shut their mouth if they have stupid, idiotic ideas about running the world. Musk runs around and does it with the old fucking. God, man.
I can't remember who it was, but it was some like senator or governor or something. They basically said like, "Oh yeah, it looks like Elon Musk woke up one morning and goes, I'm going to do politics today."
Yeah, exactly.
I had no fucking clue. It's like when he's like, I'm gonna buy Twitter. I'll buy Twitter.
Yeah,
you got no fucking clue what you're doing.
Yeah,
look how well that turned out.
He had to be court forced to do it.
Yeah. I tell you what, I wish they hadn't now, because that was the start of it, I think.
Yeah, Twitter is useless now, X. I don't understand. I know that there's people that have big social media followings and they don't want to go to other platforms and have to rebuild. But if you're somebody that actually has a voice, it'll be easy to rebuild. Leave X. Just fucking get off of it. What are you doing?
But
let it die.
This is what I'm saying. I think him taking over Twitter and him just like spouting nonsense on his own platform, I think that's what gave him the impetus and the confidence to say, well, I can do politics as well then. Yeah. And if he hadn't have got Twitter, you never see him on SpaceX anymore when they're doing the launches and everything. He used to be there. He used to be there all the time when they're doing the launches and everything.
I think somebody at SpaceX in the board was like, "Look, Elon, all your stuff is fucking shit up. If you want this to actually work and survive, you've got to step the fuck back and fuck off."
No, I agree. But my point is that if he hadn't bought Twitter, that's where he would be. It'd be putting all his efforts into Tesla. Tesla the stocks wouldn't be tanking. The cars wouldn't be shit. There'd be sort of effort being put into it.
And so many of us wouldn't hate him.
When was the last thing we heard about? The implant. What is it called?
Neuralink.
Yeah, Neuralink. When was the last thing about that? What else? What else has he got his fingers in his pie on? He used to have his fingers in those his little hobbies.
Well, he has a lot of children, so he has his fingers in a few pies. That's for sure.
It's not his fingers.
I'm not sure that they can tell the difference, to be honest.
It's not fingers or pies.
Is that your pinky?
So I've got to teach you about the birds and bees again, Dick. I'm just going. But yeah. No, I think if he hadn't got Twitter, that he'd have been concentrating on all the other stuff that he's been doing.
Yeah.
Twitter became his new hobby. So
do you
made
think
him political.
Do you think there's any possibility that the powers that control Trump also have a little bit of influence with Musk? And they were like, in order for this to really work, you're going to actually have to take over X. So, get on it. Like it does kind of make sense in a way.
Mm.
I know I don't want to get too conspiratorial or anything, but you've got to have control over social media to sell bullshit like the MAGA crowd have to the public in order to get in power. There's no way this would have worked without social media. No way at all.
I think it's very easy to be conspiratorial about all this because there are conspiracies going on. It's literally
that's true.
They are conspiring in the background.
They are a conspiracy. Yeah.
And when we say conspiracy, we don't mean one of those made up ones. We're talking about they actually are conspiring in the background.
Yeah.
To fuck things up and make shitloads of money.
At this point, we all know about Project 2025. I gotta say that what's happened in the first 50 some days makes Project 2025, as we understand it, look like it was written to make us not hate the fact that it's actually going to be worse.
Yeah, it'll be funny. Project 2025. You look back in history and go, "Oh, wish it was that."
Yeah.
Not what we actually got.
Yeah, but this is totally the first step towards an oligarchy, just like Russia.
In the chat, Mexico, sorry. And she says, Dunk is right, I think. Yeah, even a broken clock's right twice a day. I got to be right sometimes.
Yeah. A sick dog laying beside a car still gets the sun shone on his ass once a day.
I throw enough shit at the walls there. Some of it's got to stick somewhere. said Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's like an Italian mum that drinks too much wine.
Well, drinking too much wine. That's why I do that.
Yeah. But
it's my job.
Well, in this day and age, how the hell are you supposed to get through a day of reading social media and the news and whatnot without drugs and alcohol? I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't do the drugs, so I do extra alcohol.
Oh man, you really got to move to Canada where you can get the drugs anywhere you need them.
Fentanyl, I hear where it's at. Yeah, shitloads of it over there.
Oh yeah, we sent 47 pounds to the U.S. last year. We could probably send you 18 if you really need it.
Yeah, but imagine how much they'd make if they put tariffs on it.
I'm putting tariffs on fentanyl.
But it's a legal smuggling. That doesn't matter. We're still putting tariffs on it. Fuck it.
It's funny too because Mexico has a record of importing more fentanyl into the Americas or into the United States of America than Canada. Okay, that sounds like it's a big deal. But if you look at the numbers, the amount that was caught being imported into America from Mexico wouldn't even be enough to feed LA for like 14 days, man. It's stupid. America has anybody who's corrupt, anybody who wants to, they know how to make pseudo fentanyl. And America has its own problems with it being built in their own country, just like it is here, or cooked, or whatever you want to say, just like it is in Mexico and so many other places. It's all lies and bullshit.
But Mexico sending in fentanyl into the United States is just their version of US aid. It's a relief effort. And I think at this time of the United States, I think Mexico needs to step up they need to be shipping more fentanyl in.
Yes.
Because
Same with Canada.
America's going to. I think at this point it's the only relief America is going to get, and we just need to help these people out. We need to make them feel better as their world is being.
Americans need to get properly stoned as they watch their country crumble. So, as Canadians, we are here to help you with your mental stability through drugs.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll feed it through Elon Musk's gullet. Like those those cocoa beans or the coffee beans. We'll feed the fentanyl into Musk, and we'll chop it up as it comes out the other end. So
there you go. There you go. He will be our production line. Open your mouth, bitch! It's going out your ass.
We'll just put a little sippy cup thing on the back of his bum, so you can just like go just take a little suck.
Like ants sucking honeydew, baby.
Yeah. Hey, we're here to help America. We do what we can.
Exactly. We love you guys, right?
You're not helping us, so we'll help you.
Wow, I could do this all day. I'm just wondering if we should.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Consumer advice?
Consumer advice?
Consumer advice? Look at the label. If it says made in USA, avoid it like the plague and buy something else.
Unless you're in America, of course.
No, even then. Even then. Americans themselves have to stand up to this as well. And y'all doing a pretty good job these days. It's starting to get vocal. It's starting to work. I'd love to see more. More
shouty, please. A bit more shouty.
Yeah. Get that.
Yeah. Start sharpening sticks.
Exactly. Don't shape them as crosses and burn them on lawns. Don't do that. But
and teach your your dogs to fire guns.
Yeah. Especially when it's up your own rectum. I mean, it's just.
When you're lying there with your girlfriend, you got your gun out on the bed.
Exactly. Yeah. If she won't put a finger in your butt, get your dog to do it with a bullet. Remember, tomorrow we've got Ukraine update. We've got
serious stuff.
Yeah, we've got Mari from the Hostamol Animal Shelter joining us. We're going to be doing some fundraising stuff. It's going to be a really good show. And then we've got PubChat on Sunday as well, where we'll be doing more of this, possibly with a point, but I doubt it. And
maybe if we get a guest on, there might be a point.
Yeah, that's true. Even then, we usually don't let them get very far. So, But, and if you're condom shopping, make sure it's not written in Russia, because that shit's going to fail.
Yes, suck on it first.
Yeah, rubber product number 2, I believe, was the condom back in the day. Yeah. James May talked about this in Cars for the People, but after the World War II, rubber product number 2 was a condom, I think.
Right. Like James May knows about condoms. He doesn't know about girls yet.
Yeah, but he doesn't have children, so he must be pretty good with them, right?
No, that's because he doesn't have women.
He doesn't have orgasms, I guess. I don't know. Oh.
He's just too boring. He talks through his sex sessions. He narrates it. I'm writing an article for the Times while I'm having sex.
Every time his hand goes to his crotch, he starts explaining masturbation, and his physical body gives up. It's just, forget it. Fucking assholes ruined it again.
What's the opposite of edging?
So,
consumer advice. Never got around to it.
If you go to the store and you find yourself being served by a dictator, don't buy their products.
Especially a Tesla.
There you go. Right? Yeah. Tesla is the enemy. Fuck them.
Yes.
And
Zeke Heil. Give them the old salute as they drive past.
Yeah.
I've started doing that now. Actually.
Yeah. And remember, the favorite thing of every Tesla owner is the Molotov cocktail. Show them some love.
Yeah. It's the only drink you can get with no tariffs.
Oh, you'll probably tariff the gasoline soon. So
drill, baby, drill.
Good night, everybody. See you soon.
Good night. Good night. God bless you, America, and God help you.